Alright, if you're watching this video, the chances are you're in lockdown or quarantine. Most of the world is, just due to the coronavirus. And there's one thing during lockdown that smart people are doing right now, and that is to work on building their side hustle, their business, their income. But not just that, to work on actually learning a new skill and actually learning and adding some sort of value to your life during this time. Here's why that's important, and I'm going to explain. If you've got 5 minutes, to watch this video, it's really going to make a difference to you. If not, go and watch some crazy cat video. There's plenty of them. Go and watch TikTok, whatever. Okay. So the one thing that smart people are doing is they're working on adding value to their life. Now, what do I mean by that? You've got to think, right? This lockdown is giving people time that they never normally would have got. Most people are trapped, so to speak, in their jobs, in the sense that they spend all of their time working for someone else. They go to a job every day, Monday to Friday. And then when they get back, they don't have any energy. They don't want to work on their own thing. They don't have any energy or time really to learn new skills, basically, and to work on their own business if that's what they wanted to do. But now you have the time. Now you have so much free time now. You're literally at home. And if you're not working from home, doing your current job, you have so much free time. You're basically doing nothing. So the question is this, right? Do you want to earn more money, potentially work for yourself, or learn a new skill? If the answer is yes, then there's really no excuse. And in my opinion, that's what smart people are doing right now. They're realizing that, because I've done this, right? I've worked in many different jobs. I've been full-time working. The hardest thing that I found when I was trying to grow my business and work for myself, earn passive income, travel the world, all of that crazy stuff, the hardest thing I found was actually finding time to grow the business. I knew exactly what I needed to do and how it would work. I knew that if I just made more products, more articles, more videos, whatever, I would eventually earn more money. And that was true. That has been very true for me. The difficult part is you've got to find the time to do it. You can't just magically have time in the day to do these things. You need to actually somehow make the time. And if you have a job, that usually, okay, this is what I had to do. This meant before that I would have to wake up at 5 a.m. in order to work that 2 hours, that just 2 or 3 hours on my business before going to my full-time day job. And I would then come back, I'll be exhausted, mentally drained, and I would then have to try and struggle through and work another 1 or 2 hours. So I managed to fit it in. Up until the point where I could earn enough money that I didn't need a day job. And that point, it came fairly slowly. It happened slowly because I didn't have the time to put into the business to grow things faster, and that's why I had to, it took longer to do. However, if you know me, if you watch my other videos, if you know what sort of things I do, and you're wondering how do I do it, well, there's a few ways I do it. I teach things online, I sell information products, I make content. All of that stuff takes time. You have lots of time now because of lockdown, because of quarantine. So if you're not using that time to do something productive, then it's a bit of a waste. This is one opportunity that the whole world is basically on pause right now. And in many cases, you have no other choice than to stay at home. So you have to stay at home. So seeing as you're already at home, your internet connection works, you have running water, you have heating, you have whatever. This is the best time, the best opportunity for many of you watching this. It's certainly the best opportunity that I've ever seen in my lifetime to actually grow an online business, to legitimately do it. Because you have all of this free time, everything you want to learn is out there on YouTube, you have internet connection because you're watching this video. It's an incredible opportunity. I wish I had this opportunity like 3 or 4 years ago, or even 10 years ago. I wish this had happened then, so that I would have this amazing opportunity, this free time where everyone's stuck at home, the internet connection is still working, and you have all this time to build a business. And it doesn't have to be a business. Some of you watching this, you're thinking, well, I don't want to grow a business. I don't care. I'm happy in my job. That's fine, right? But you have this free time anyway, so what else are you going to be doing? You may as well. Surely, if I asked you the question, do you want more money, more income? Most people would say yes, okay? If I said, do you want more job security, more financial abundance and security, most people would say yes. So, seeing as you can't work on your normal job anyway, wouldn't it make sense to build a side income so that just if something did happen to your job, you would be still secure, you'd still be able to pay your bills and buy food and stuff like that. Wouldn't that be nice? I mean, what else are you going to do? Especially, right? And this is what I would really encourage you to think about. This crisis, this pandemic, has destroyed thousands, hundreds of thousands, probably millions of jobs, and it's ruining industries. There are some industries that won't be there to go back to when this is over. When people come out of lockdown, these businesses won't be there. They will be gone. They'll be bankrupt. So you've got to, and this is applying to not just small companies, but also enormous big companies that you thought would never go down. Airlines, cruise operators, holiday package operators. And it's not just in the travel industry either, it's all around the world, depending on how you rely on the global supply chain to make money. Now, I don't want to get too boring with the economics of this, but my point is that no job is secure. And if you're relying on one income, that is the most insecure way of earning money. Because what happens if that company goes bust? What happens if they make you redundant or you get fired? And it's not just for that either, right? I mean, you might just have a change of heart. Let's say if you're a waiter, you don't want to wait tables anymore. You just don't want to, it's not fun for you. You're not passionate about it. Life is way too short to be worrying about money. In the sense, you don't want to be in a situation where you have to do something you really don't like just to pay your bills, because it's a vicious circle, right? You go to the job, you don't like it, it gives you just enough money, okay, just enough income and money to pay your bills and to pay your car insurance and your petrol, to enable you to then go back to the job you hate. And it's a circle. At no point in that circle do you have much time for your own passions, your own hobbies, the things you actually want to do. It blows my mind that people live like this for 50, 60 years sometimes. And the most common response that I get, or that I hear from people when I say this stuff, is they'll say, well, there's no other way. I have to go to this job because I have to pay my bills, I have to earn the money. If I didn't go to this job, I wouldn't be able to pay the bills. But it's like people don't realise that it's 2020. There are 1,000,001 ways to make money, and having a job is just one of those ways. It's probably one of the least effective and worst ways, actually, of making money, and you'll find that you don't get paid anywhere near as much when you're an employee compared to when you're a business owner, if you're doing well or if you're doing things online. Nowhere near as much. And yet people still think it's the only and the best option in 2020. It blows my mind. And the other excuse I get is a really lazy one. And that is that they say, I just don't know how to do it. I don't know how to make money online. I don't know how to make a website. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. And it's like, well, of course you don't, because you've never done it before. I didn't know how to do it. Nobody who is doing that, all of the millionaires, all of the people earning 6 figures a month, all of the people earning, and there's lots of people earning just, 5 figures a month, which is still good, 10 grand a month, not bad, right? All of those people, every single one of them, didn't know how to do it when they first started. None of them did. Every single one of them decided what they wanted and learned how to do it, myself included. And if that's your excuse, if your excuse is that you just don't know how to do it, that's ridiculous, because not only can you learn anything you can possibly imagine on YouTube, on Google, but you have right now, like I said, an abundance of free time. You should be using it.